Coming up on Good Morning Kentucky, 2 people arrested in connection to a deadly gas station shooting in Lexington.
Plus, an impeachment hearing begins for a former Commonwealth's attorney.
And we're tracking some heavy rain out there to start your morning. That's going to likely lead to some damp roads in a lot of areas. Details coming up in that full forecast.
You're watching Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz and Haley Harmon on ABC36 on your side.
It's 5 o'clock. Good morning, Kentucky. I'm Lee Cruz.
And I'm Haley Harmon. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Glad to have you in the audience. Look at us both still getting ready, getting it together. We know you are as well, but you have the luxury of sitting at home on your couch, or maybe you're hastily getting ready as well while you listen to us. Whatever, we welcome you. No judgment whatsoever.
Tell you what, yesterday, we froze our tuchuses off. We were out at the Kentucky Castle on a shoot for the show.
Yeah, for the Lee and Haley show.
And we froze to death. And later in the afternoon, though, it warmed up. Now, there's a guy that can explain why all this happened.
It's literally his job. Lee and I pay him personally to do it for us and for you. Here he is in the Weather Center. Lee, say hello to Dylan.
Oh, no.
I cleaned that up.
When did you guys freeze? In the morning, were you over there?
No, it was around noon.
It was around noon.
Around 1 o'clock, and then we froze
It was
to death.
windy. That's what made it feel
We were
so
in the
cold.
shade.
It is a little
It
windy
had
there on
warmed
that
up,
side
but
of
it was
town.
still
Yeah.
very, very breezy. So it
And
was
we
like,
were sitting still. We had a garden party.
Sorry, you weren't invited.
Appreciate it.
No weather people were allowed.
Hopefully you were able to go out and enjoy the weather yesterday, because rain in the forecast for your day today. Even warmer tomorrow, but then really heavy rainfalls on the way for Friday, and we'll have more details on that coming up in your full forecast. But this morning, main headline is you're likely going to be waking up to some damp conditions out there. Overnight rain has moved through. We're getting a bit of a break in central Kentucky right now, but that's going to start to pick back up here shortly. Max HD radar and satellite showing some light rainfall into southern Kentucky, but it's pretty steady there. There's not really any breaks south of, say, Mount Vernon. And then as you look towards E-Town, Louisville, another batch of some rainfall. That's going to be moving eastward, impacting us here at Lexington, surrounding areas here throughout the rest of your morning. Temperatures not too bad out there to start your day. Much warmer than what we have been sitting at. We've got upper 40s, low 50s across the board. Temperatures today reaching the mid-50s, not quite as warm as yesterday. Actually reached a high temperature of 60 here in Lexington. Not going to be that warm today, but notice how those temperatures climb tomorrow. Mid-70s likely for everyone. That's ahead of heavy rain and storms in the forecast for Friday. We'll break that down coming up in your full forecast.
All right, Dylan, thank you. Let's get to our headlines at 5:02. 2 people are now charged in connection to Friday's deadly double shooting at a gas station in Lexington. Police say 19-year-old Marquand King was arrested yesterday in the murder of 43-year-old Justin Cook. Officers tell us another person, 21-year-old Lamont Claiborne, was also arrested. He is charged with tampering with physical evidence. As we've reported, the coroner says Cook died Friday evening at UK Hospital after he was found shot at the Marathon gas station parking lot on North Martin Luther King Boulevard in downtown Lexington.
You're watching Good Morning Kentucky with Lee Cruz, Haley Harmon, meteorologist Dylan Godet, and sports with Sara Cardona. ABC36 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody. It is 5:20. Well, Old Friends Farm, the retirement farm for former thoroughbred racehorses, has broken ground on a new state-of-the-art facility at its Georgetown location.
Yeah, the new facility will be named in honor of horsewoman and philanthropist Josephine Abercrombie. It includes renovations of an old tobacco barn. The center will have big screen monitors for race viewing and stage for symposiums, guest speakers, and more.
Good morning, Kentucky. I'm Haley Harmon. It is now 7:23 this morning. 2 people are now charged in connection to Friday's deadly double shooting at a gas station near downtown Lexington. Police tell us 19-year-old Marquand King was arrested yesterday in the murder of 43-year-old Justin Cook. Officers say another person, 21-year-old Lamont Claiborne, was also arrested. He is charged with tampering with physical evidence. As we've reported, the coroner says Cook died Friday night at UK Hospital after he was found shot in the Marathon gas station parking lot on North Martin Luther King Boulevard. Police tell us a woman was also found shot. She was taken to the hospital with reported non-life-threatening injuries. And in southeastern Kentucky, a community there is mourning the loss of an 8-year-old boy after a tragic freak accident at his home in Corbin. The school district there telling us Eli Hill died Monday at UK Hospital. The coroner says Hill was playing basketball outside when he got a chair to stand on to dunk the basketball, and that is when the backboard of the goal fell on top of him. The school district says Hill was a student at Corbin Primary School. How about our forecast this morning? Meteorologist Dylan Goday is standing by with a look at today's weather right after this short break. Stay with us.
We're continuing to track some rain showers out there early on this Wednesday morning. Be very careful on those roadways as road conditions are wet across central and eastern Kentucky. Rain showers continue, especially during the first half of the day. Today will get a little drier as you head towards the afternoon. Temperatures climb tonight. Going to start your Thursday into the 60s, in the afternoon in the mid 70s. That's all out ahead of heavy rain and strong storms in the forecast for Friday. If you live in a low-lying area, be prepared for some rising creeks and streams as that heavy rain moves in, especially late Friday evening into early Saturday morning. We do see some drier conditions for Sunday before more rain early next week.
You're watching ABC36 on your side. Good Day, Kentucky.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Good Day, Kentucky. I'm Lee Cruz along with Haley Harmon.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us today. Glad to have you in our audience. Well, you probably know already it is a rainy start to your Wednesday. Is it going to stay that way? What's the rest of our week looking like? We're going to get you up to date on the forecast in just a few minutes with meteorologist Dylan Goday.
He's got all that for us. Also, EKU is still playing basketball, by the way. If you're not aware, they're down in Daytona Beach, Florida in the CBI championship game today. They've advanced all the way to the title, and they play today at 5 o'clock. Sarah's got details on the Colonels and how they're going to do, hopefully, against, I think they play, I want to say Charlotte?
We don't even care who they play because they're going down, baby.
Play?
The Colonels are coming out on top.
Yeah. So go Colonels.
Yes, go Colonels. So Sarah's going to join us live with sports details for you coming up. We're also delighted to be telling you about a brand new cookbook by fashion, beauty, and lifestyle blogger Beth Chapo. It is called The Village Cookbook. You know how you always say, oh, it takes a village? She has compiled recipes from her friends, her family, her own life story, and has compiled them in this brand new cookbook that you can purchase locally today because she is in town, and then, of course, online as well. We're going to show you a sneak peek at some of the recipes and also tell you where you can buy it.
As a matter of fact, you can meet her a little bit later on today. We'll show you or tell you about where she's going to be.
Yeah.
So if you want a chance to meet her in person, you can do so. Before we do that, let's get a chance to, let's go look at your headlines over at the news desk.
All right, thanks, Lee and Haley. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for Good Day Kentucky. I'm Lisa High in for Annie Brown. We're so glad that you're joining us this morning. Before we get to our headlines, we're going to go ahead and get a check of that forecast now with Dylan. Dylan, it is a little dreary outside, but you know what? It's not so windy, so I'll take a little bit of rain as long as it's not blowing everywhere.
Yeah, at least it's that case this morning. We're going to get the winds picking up a little bit later on today. But yes, we are seeing those rain showers pushing through. Actually picked up in intensity just in time for the bulk of that morning commute this morning. And that's what led to some issues here in and around Lexington. But currently, a live look outside on our Bluegrass Pace Care Skyview. This is on the tower on top of the station here. And you can see the low visibility out there as rain showers are pushing through. The good news is the back edge of this rain is actually now east of I-65. So Frankfort, you're going to be drying on up over the next hour.
You're watching Good Day, Kentucky with Lee Cruz, Haley Harmon, meteorologist Dylan Goday, and sports with Sara Cardona. ABC36 on your side.
Good morning, Kentucky. I'm Sara Cardona. Well, let's start with a great basketball game. EKU playing 4-seed Southern Utah in the semifinals of the College Basketball Invitational in Daytona Beach last night.
You're watching ABC36 on your side. News at noon with Doug and Lisa High.
Hey, good afternoon, friends, and thanks for joining us here for News at Noon. I'm Doug High.
And I'm Lisa High. We have a great show for you today. UK Opera Theater is in the house. Cannot wait.
In a major way. We're so excited to talk with them and hear from them.
That's right.
As well. You know, it's also National Talk Like William Shatner Day.
No, it's not.
It
You're
is.
kidding, right?
It is, and I already kind of do, so I'm not even going to try to do an imitation of people doing an imitation of William Shatner. But I think we should all try to adopt this because, you know, I'm a huge Star Trek fan.
Yes, you are.
And I've had the pleasure of working with Bill.
Yes.
On multiple occasions. So
yeah,
this
wonderful.
This is for you, Captain. We appreciate it. But first, let's turn things over to Dylan in the Weather Center. Find out what happened to all that nice weather we had yesterday. But Dylan, you gave us a heads up on this.
Yeah, we are dealing with some rain out there. It's been moving through during your morning hours. Right now, mainly just a drizzle across the region, some low visibility, as you can see on our Bluegrass Pace Care sky view here in Lexington. That'll continue through the rest of your day today. Any steady rain has now moved off into southeast Kentucky and will stay into those locations for the next couple of hours before it actually exits off towards the east. Northern Kentucky could still see some light rain shower activity through the rest of the day today. But our focus mainly now is on warmer temperatures tomorrow and some gusty winds, but then a heavy rain and flood threat as you head into your day on Friday.
Today at 3, the results of a scathing audit of Kentucky State University showing extreme mismanagement of funding. Plus, more than 1,000 gallons of fuel leaked out at a gas station in Lexington today. The latest on cleanup efforts.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. A damp and dreary Wednesday here in central and eastern Kentucky. We got a little bit of light drizzle left over. Temperatures, though, are on the rise, and that is actually going to continue through the overnight hours, and we are headed into the 70s tomorrow, but it'll come at a price with some heavy rain possible into the weekend. Your Storm Team forecast is on the way.
You're watching Good Afternoon Kentucky with Erica Bivens and T.G. Shuck. ABC36 on your side.
Good afternoon, Kentucky. I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. A state audit of Kentucky State University's finances has revealed a chaotic accounting environment that put millions of dollars in federal grants at risk. In our top story today at 3, ABC36's Justin Walker joins us live in Frankfort to break it all down. Justin?
Yeah, Erica, the auditor's office was directed by a bill passed during last year's General Assembly to undertake a special audit into Kentucky State University. Now, that audit covers a 3-year span between July 2018 and June 2021 under previous university leadership.
Now at 5, an update on a lawsuit that alleges officials with the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training retaliated against whistleblowers.
Plus, loved ones gathering tonight to remember an 8-year-old boy who died after a basketball accident in Corbin.
And the man accused in the shooting death of a Lexington woman in December pleads not guilty. We'll take you inside the courtroom.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.J. Shuck. Much more like it out there on this Thursday. Even with some clouds around, we've had those gusty south winds pushing temperatures well into the 70s. But some active weather on the way to wrap up the week and head into the upcoming weekend. Your Storm Team forecast is on the way.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Erica Bivens.
And I'm Paxton Boyd. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news tonight. In Somerset, firefighters are battling a fire at a church on Ogden Street. Witnesses tell us it's the Cornerstone Baptist Church. Pulaski County Fire Coordinator Stacy Holcomb tells ABC 36 no one was inside the church when the fire started. We have a crew headed to the scene, and we'll keep you updated as we learn more on the situation.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 5 with Erica Bivens, Paxton Boyd, Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck, and Sports with Jeff Pocoro. ABC 36 on your side.
Now to a mural unveiling in Lexington this afternoon at Bryan Station High School to honor the late Fayette County Schools Superintendent Manny Kong.
Here's a look at that mural painted by students of the In Remembrance of Kolk. His wife Crystal sharing her gratitude for the artwork honoring her late husband. Now at 5:30, reaction after an Eastern Kentucky drag show is canceled after threats of violence.
Plus, a meeting happening tonight to address school safety in Fayette County.
And a look at a memorial for 7 Richmond Tuskegee airmen who served during World War II.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck. Much more like it out there on this Thursday. Yeah, a little bit breezy and some clouds around, but how about 70s across the board? Unfortunately, our active weather patterns really going to ramp up to finish out the week tomorrow and head into the weekend. Your Storm Team forecast is on the way.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Paxton Boyd.
And I'm Erica Bivens. Thanks for joining us. A drag show scheduled for this weekend in Prestonsburg has been canceled after organizers say there were multiple threats of violence against them and the venue.
In tonight's top story at 5:30, ABC 36's Justin Walker joins us live from Open Doors Counseling Center in Lexington with more. Justin?
That event was called Come As You Are, and it was meant to be a fundraiser for the LGBTQ community. But not everyone was on board, so organizers say safety took precedence.
Now at 6, an update on a lawsuit that alleges officials with the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training retaliated against whistleblowers.
Plus, loved ones gathering tonight to remember an 8-year-old boy who died after a basketball accident at his home in Corbin.
And the man accused in the shooting death of a Lexington woman in December pleads not guilty. We'll take you inside the courtroom.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck. Breezy and warm on this Thursday. Afternoon highs well into the 70s in most locations. Boundary to our north, you see the storms beginning to fire. So we've got a heavy rain threat, especially across the northern half of the state heading into Friday. Your storm team forecast is on the way.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Erica Bivens.
And I'm Paxton Boyd. Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news tonight in Somerset as firefighters battle a fire at a church on Ogden Street.
I want to give you a live look in at the scene. It's at the Cornerstone Baptist Church. Here's a look at it right now. Pulaski County Fire Coordinator Stacy Holcomb tells ABC 36 no one was inside the church at the time, which is certainly good news there. Still no word from fire crews on scene on how exactly that fire started. We do have a crew there working to learn more. We'll, of course, keep you updated.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 6 with Erica Bivens, Paxton Boyd, Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck, and Sports with Jeff Pecoro. ABC 36 on your side.
Now to a mural unveiling in Lexington this afternoon at Bryan Station High School to honor the late Fayette County Schools Superintendent Manny Calk.
Here's a look at that mural painted by students in remembrance of Calk. His wife, Crystal, sharing her gratitude for the artwork honoring her late husband. Coming up, a lawsuit that alleges officials with the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training retaliated against whistleblowers, and an Eastern Kentucky drag show canceled after threats of violence. Tonight at 11. Now at 11, the latest on a fire that damaged a church in Somerset, and an update on a lawsuit that alleges officials with the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training retaliated against whistleblowers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck. A breezy and warm Thursday. Temperatures well into the 70s. We've had a few light showers, some drizzle along the I-64 corridor. More rain expected, and it could be heavy overnight tomorrow and tomorrow night, especially here in the Bluegrass. I'll tell you about it in your 7-day forecast coming up.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side. News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Paxton Boyd. We begin in Somerset, where crews battled a fire at a church tonight. Somerset Pulaski County EMS says the fire started at Cornerstone Baptist Church on Ogden Street. Pulaski County Fire Coordinator Stacy Holcomb tells ABC 36 no one was inside the church at the time. Macy Witt, a worship leader at the church, says despite the damage, they'll still find a place to worship.
You're watching ABC 36 News at 11 with Paxton Boyd, Chief Meteorologist T.G. Shuck, and Sports with Jeff Pecoro. ABC 36 on your side.
The Lexington Police Department is giving tips to drivers if they have to drive through potentially bad weather over the next few days. They say to slow down and increase the distance between other vehicles as it takes longer to stop when the roads are wet. And if you do come across high water or a flooded roadway, you should turn around and find an alternative route. Use your headlights and windshield wipers and have an emergency preparedness kit in your vehicle just in case.
Coming up, Lexington police investigating a shooting early this morning. What we know so far. Plus, we talk to members of the LGBTQ+ community putting on a virtual drag show in response to hate they say they received earlier this week.
And gusty winds have been pushing through central and eastern Kentucky throughout your day today. We'll have the latest on when you can expect to see those winds dying down coming up in your full forecast.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side, Weekend Edition.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Annie Brown. Lexington police are searching for 2 suspects after a disorder leading to shots fired broke out at a Marathon gas station this afternoon. Police say a disorder happened between 2 people at the Marathon on the 1300 block of Trent Boulevard around 3 this afternoon. One person fired shots before both fled the scene. Police are still searching for those suspects, saying not a lot of information is available right now as they're operating off of surveillance video. We'll keep you updated as we learn more.
You're watching ABC 36 on your side, Weekend Edition.
Welcome back in. At least 23 people have been killed and dozens more injured as a powerful storm and tornadoes made their way across Mississippi. The governor declaring a state of emergency for the areas impacted. President Biden said the federal government will be there to help with the state's recovery for as long as needed. Here's ABC's Phil Lipoff with the details.